Gaming communities are no strangers to leaks. It's basically a part of the culture to see leaks for whatever game you're following on whatever social media platform you're using. For those unaware, a leak is a piece of information that is typically private but revealed publicly, and in this context, possibly without the consent or knowledge of who that information belongs to. Many gaming leaks boil down to unreleased features or news that hasn't been stated by the actual developer, but instead by different accounts spreading rumors, usually with evidence, into a community. A massive issue regarding leaks in almost every community is the moral implications behind spreading information against the will of the developers. Leaks usually only bring trouble to the actual developers of a game, due to leaks being made before things aren't finished yet, like unconfirmed features or collaborations that may or may not happen. On top of that, it prevents the developers from generating the hype or build-up for an update the way that they want, needing to adhere to what the community ends up doing with the information that they have that they weren't even supposed to see. At the same time, leaks create a sense of community and speculation for a game, with players being able to converse with each other on what they think is real, what they hope for in the future. Leaks keep games relevant outside of the given release date and allow upcoming features to be talked about for a long enough time if the developers aren't engaging with the speculative part of the community while developing said features. Looking at all of this, leaks are a big, confusing part of gaming. Some people love them, some people hate them, and some people are somewhere in between, acknowledging moral problems with leaking, but still having that curiosity and wanting to know something that is being kept secret. Today, I'm looking at a few examples of games with big leaking communities in order to come to a consensus on if leaks are worth the controversy they bring. Originally, when I was writing the script for this whole thing and making the video, my argument was going to be two sides, being one, the community benefiting from leaks, and the other being the community and developers being harmed because of the leaks. But what I found regarding these communities is that, severely depending on the game, it can result in really, really bad stuff. But I want to start with one that is not as harsh as the others. Fortnite has one of the biggest leaking communities in gaming, with so many accounts dedicated to Fortnite news and leaks existing on plenty of sites. The social media account that I'm going to be using as the example for all the things I'm going to be talking about regarding this leaking community is SheenaBR on Twitter. Sheena is a Fortnite news, leaks, and rumors account that documents most, if not all, semi-reputable Fortnite leaks, as well as providing live updates on the shop, rotation, and stat changes made in the game. Fortnite leaks and rumors go from basic posts like a certain collaboration may or may not happen to this is the exact collaboration that will come out. The community clearly lives off these leaks, with Fortnite's main account hardly posting about collaborations themselves. At least, not as much as these leaking accounts. Fortnite actually endorses these news accounts and gives them creator codes. Creator codes are a way that Fortnite allows content creators to earn money whenever someone using that creator code purchases something from the Fortnite item shop. Fortnite is actively endorsing these leaking accounts and treating them as news accounts for the game. I think this is a good leaking relationship, since the developers are actively endorsing the spread of this information by allowing them to earn money from the game, as well as it's generating hype for the collaborations that are either upcoming or might not even happen. And because of the absurdity of the amount of collaborations in Fortnite, there isn't an unmanageable amount of backlash when a rumor doesn't turn out to be true in a quick amount of time. There's been leaks posted saying that anime collabs like Demon Slayer or One Piece are basically confirmed for Fortnite and they're still not in the game. But there's leaks for the next season coming out that just blatantly showed that Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat was going to be part of the Battle Pass. It's honestly kind of strange seeing things that are so hyped up be just completely ignored or not happening at all, and then some things just be revealed and it's completely true, and the community doesn't seem to mind. A lot of the Fortnite community likes the hype and speculates different anime collabs and show collabs all the time, so seeing a leak account confirming something that isn't in the game yet is normal. Minecraft, being one of the biggest games of all time, has one of the biggest communities of all time, and of course, that means they're no strangers to leaks. The material that I'm going to reference comes from the YouTube channel Waddles, which is a channel filled with Minecraft content, especially documentation of leaks and rumors. And since a lot of leaks come from Discord servers or accounts that I don't have access to, I'm just going to call to reference these videos since they show pictures and discussions around the leaks. Minecraft's leaks are usually more catastrophic than Fortnite's, with updates being larger game alterations than a skin or dance. Plenty of fake Minecraft leaks go around, but when a real Minecraft leak hits, there's usually plenty of backlash that comes with it. And a leak that happened before the 1.20 release of the game, which I can't show since I don't want to get struck with any legal action, since it was taken down for being real. It showed 3 supposed new flowers that the new mob, the Sniffer, would bring in the new update. 2 of these flowers were added into the game, with the 3rd plant not being added at all. This, of course, brought backlash to Mojang, the game's developers, since they had never intended to show off that plant since it was likely not being added in the first place. But, because it was shown to the world preemptively, in a state of development, it was expected to release. Leaks before Minecraft Live 2024 also caused a new mob and biome to be revealed early, with some screenshots from the broadcast and names of the mob and biome coming out before some official teasers. This was while Mojang was trying to generate hype by hinting towards new blocks and alluding to the mob's new design, but but the leaks cut down on the mystery behind the new update. Recently, with the current update coming out being tested in Minecraft's beta branches, there have been real leaks of these upcoming features. Rawls' video shows this leaker over Discord posting a pig emoji and a set of 2 emojis referencing a firefly, which were both added in a recent snapshot of the game's next update, establishing leaks as real, meaning that Minecraft is set to continue to have leakers spoil this new content, already being teased by Minecraft themselves. Although Mojang doesn't pay too much attention to the leaks or let it stop them from teasing things, it's still a destructive practice since Minecraft, as a community, does tend to enjoy speculating and waiting for updates to officially come out, since Minecraft doesn't hide features for long with the existence of betas and snapshots. These leaks not only set the precedent of features being cut that players now completely expect to see, it also ruins any surprises that developers want to tease themselves. This results in players expecting more and the developers getting to do less. I don't think the leaks are stopping the developers from developing their game, I just think that it does kind of hijack the social media presence of the developers if they wanted to do something specific with the new features. I feel like this is a middle ground for how good or bad a leaking community can be, since a lot of the leaks just tend to make people happy when they're revealed or just upset when they're spoiled, but a lot of the backlash just stems from people not wanting to see leaks, which is completely understandable, since Minecraft does show off new features consistently. Personally, I don't think that the game calls for leaks when it already shows them off so often, but with such a big community, you can understand why there are leaks in it, and can at least accept them to the degree that the Minecraft community already has. The next game, though, is probably the most catastrophic leaking community I've seen in a really long time. I think that Dead by Daylight has one of the most controversial leaking communities in gaming currently, and it's honestly not surprising. It's another game with licensed collaborations like Fortnite, except less often and arguably more game-altering. For the material in this section of the video, I'm going to be referencing the YouTube channel Schmuckles, which is a Dead by Daylight news and leaks channel whose Discord server sees a lot of leaker activity, which he shows on his channel. A lot of the screenshots are directly from Discord, so again, that's why I'm just referencing someone else's channel. Thankfully, Schmuckles has a video where he details basically the entire recent situation that sums up the entirety of DBD leaking community. The video is called DBD Leaker Drama Reaches Mainstream Media, Dead by Daylight, and if you're at all involved in the community and hadn't heard about it, I really suggest you give it a watch, since it is a detailed explanation of what's been going on regarding leaks. This video details a drama that spans multiple videos that basically shows how people are basically competing for who can have the most reputable leaks, spreading misinformation into the community and making fans need to use a chart in order to determine whose claims and leaks have been right or wrong so far. It's an obvious grab for attention and a constant spread of rumors in order to keep debate relevant. The developers aren't fans of the leaking either, with this scenario claiming that if a certain update of the game is leaked, the developers will cancel it. If this is true, that means the developers are actively going against leakers by holding their own games at gunpoint. And even if it is fake, leakers are now spreading the idea that developers of a game are willing to purposely cancel content and upset fans if it means leaks continue. Leaks in this case are actively damaging the community and the image of the developers, being one of the worst leaking communities I've ever seen. I actually had to go back and revise the script for this next part, since more drama was actively happening while I was writing it. One of the main leakers, one that was seen as very reputable, known as Ruthless Leaks, got something a bit wrong in a recent leak and was harassed off the internet, and he made a very upsetting response to everything because he received death threats for getting something wrong. Basically what the leak was that Nemesis, one of the killers in the game from Resident Evil, was going to get a legendary skin soon, and a lot of the details surrounding it was Ruthless saying that there was going to be the return of a 2 versus 8 game mode, different characters that would be in it, and all of that was basically right. He just said that the skin that Nemesis would get would be Mr. X from the Resident Evil series. Instead, it was an earlier version of the Nemesis used in a not remastered version of the game that he's from. This caused people to harass them and send them death threats until they gave up on the community. I shouldn't have to say how insane this is, because Ruthless, like many leakers from many different communities, don't just have an uncle that works at Nintendo or work at Nintendo themselves, in this case. They have a source from, in this case, Behavior Interactive, and they just get information from that source. That source tells them that, and then they tell the community what they've heard. Ruthless was just sharing information that he received that he thought the community would know, and it should just be taken as a rumor since he's not a developer. But instead, they took this specific detail of a skin being true as a gospel. And now this guy is just completely done with the community that won't accept him for giving them information that they just aren't entitled to in the first place. So, with these games all listed, I feel like we have a good, bad, and ugly situation, where depending on the game, community, and developers, it determines the severity of the issues brought by the leaks. I think that after taking everything into account, it's less about if leaks are okay and more about if developers are being transparent with their audiences and feeding into their hunger to know more about what's to come. Dead by Daylight devs don't really tease updates until they're basically ready, with teasers for new updates being great parts of the community that bring people together. And Fortnite and Minecraft already utilize this. I think that leaks are mostly a bad thing, since it will just upset more people than it will make people happy in the end. And the Dead by Daylight situation is kind of the main exhibit of that. Although, if we're being honest, even if developers were frequent enough with updates, there would still be leaks because people always just want to know more. And that's why it's such an integral part of gaming culture to just have this taboo information that we get from sources that we don't even know out in the community. Since eventually games are going to release an update and the content will be known just sooner rather than later, I feel like that leaks are mostly unnecessary, and if the information isn't theirs, it probably shouldn't be shared. Although, I think I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I consistently follow leaks. It's the reason I'm making this video essay. I find them really interesting from a developer side, knowing what does and doesn't go into an update. And I try to be understanding about when things are cancelled or cut short if a feature doesn't make it into a game. So, in conclusion, I think that developers should be a bit more transparent with what they're doing in order to keep the community speculative instead of rumor-based, if leaking is an issue. But I also think that communities need to acknowledge that, although the internet being a massive place of harassment, letting leaks be the source of mass amount of hate and mobs against people just because they're trying to give something the community asks for so desperately, that just shouldn't be the case. Gaming leaks aren't going anywhere, and I don't think they should. There's a lot of cool things that come from leaks, and there's a lot of things that maybe people wouldn't know, and it's just lost developer knowledge that we wouldn't have heard otherwise if it wasn't leaked prior. I just wish, like most people, that the internet was a better place to show off this information. I'm curious to see what people actually think regarding gaming leaks other than I like them, they should do them, or I don't like them, they shouldn't do them. If you want to share your thoughts with me, go ahead and type them in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. I make video essays and other highlight-based gaming content, so if you're at all interested, stick around and find out. Thanks for watching.